you ready? Are you ready to reset, reestablish your goals and get your ish together for the year? If you had a little bit of a difficult start, or maybe just like a rough start to either the beginning of the year, if you're not watching this in real time, at any point throughout the year, and you just need a refresh or a restart, or just to hit that reset button, that's what this is going to be. We're going to go through 14 days to change your freaking life. We're going to go through everything from goal setting, a ton of real talk. This will get emotional. It usually does. We have done these series. Usually we do them towards the tail end of the year. This time we're doing them at the beginning of the year. And the inside joke in the Daily Grind group is that January seemed to have been a trial run. So it's cute. We had our free preview, but now can we get to the real thing? I feel that in my soul. I don't know about you guys, like raise of hands. Anybody else feel that way? Because I'm just, I would really like to get to the things that I really wanted to do. So as I said, we've done series like these in the past. We've done 31 days. We usually do them throughout the fall, and 31 days straight. They're usually 5 to 7 minutes daily. They're super short. That's going to kind of get turned on its head this time. So we're going to do a little bit longer. It's going to be unfiltered, unedited, uncut, real. There probably will not be any choice words, so don't worry about that. If the littles are in the room, you're good, but I just mean the tough love might be real. And I think some of us need a good kick in the tuchus right now to get our lives together. So how about we go through the Fresh Start schedule together in case you didn't already see it. So I did post this to our Instagram, but today's going to be a welcome day. We're going to talk about our goals. We're going to assess. We're going to go through the month ahead. Tomorrow's going to be our official prep day. So this really is meant to be started on a Saturday and Sunday will be your 2 prep days. And then your day 1 will be Monday. So technically our day 3, which is Monday, is our day. Like we're hitting the ground running on Monday. We're going to talk about goals. We're going to get clear on Monday. We're going to talk about the stuff that truly matters to us. And then on day 4, we're going to talk about our dreams. So it was so requested that I go through the finished vision book. I'll show you mine. We did like a full vision board party, and I talk about the vision book in the Know Your Worth book, which by the way, we're going to go through all 12 chapters together. Like we're fitting a lot into 14 days. I'm going to take you from the 1st of this month. If you're watching this in real time, we're going to go from February 1st to February 14th. So we will end this on Valentine's Day. And I think that the most beautiful part of this is, yes, February for me is like a month of love, and it's one of my favorite months. But I think that ending it on Valentine's Day is so symbolic to maybe you'll love yourself a little bit more this year on Valentine's Day. Because I think headed into these long winter months get really taxing on our self-esteem, on our egos, on our will to keep going. And I think having this clarity and this glow up, if you will, is going to help so much. So we're going to talk about your dreams. On day 5, we're going to talk about fears and how to overcome them. And by the way, throughout all of this, I'm going to be gathering your questions on live and answering them the next day. I'll also be on live with you every single day. So every single day, hopefully every single day we premiere live at the same time. It was highly, highly requested, almost unanimous for these videos to be on YouTube. I had offered to do them live in person on Instagram, but everybody's like, no, I love the ones on YouTube because I can rewatch them and it's so much more professional and organized, which I agree. And you know what else? Kudos to you if you are someone that is here for longer form content, because I think that this is so good for our brains to just sit and not watch a 15-second video. Like if this has happened to you where you can't sit for longer than 15 seconds, I think that there's something to be said for like thinking time and just being with your thoughts and thinking about your goals and getting to work on the stuff that truly matters to you instead of like mind-numbingly scrolling. So being here, being present together and hanging out together, get yourself a cuppa of something delightful and let's get to work. So that's funny. That's going to be day 6. So the theme for day 6 is get to work. And then day 7, Friday, we're going to talk about productivity. Then week 2, mindset, imposter syndrome, getting super, super clear on your goals, your worth, your passions, not only do I get the question of how do I set goals? Like how do I come up with 10 goals? The other question I get is, I don't know what I'm passionate about. I got you. We're going to help you brand yourself, find your aesthetic, and then we are going to end on day 14 with hopefully a new you, a new grown up you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to change. it means that things are about to get way better. And that's what I'm the most excited for. So let's jump into this. We have a lot to go through. So the first thing that I want to say, and I'm going to say this quite a few times, all you need for this is a pen and paper. Like, you do not need all the things that I'm going to show you. Most, if not all the things, maybe other than like the printer that I use, is all going to be Daily Grind. By the way, welcome to the Daily Grind channel. This will also all the audio from these will be ripped and put onto our podcast. So if you want to be on the go later on and be listening to this, love that journey for you. So I have in front of me my planner. I'm going to keep all of this in my planner. And I think that this will serve as a really great tutorial for people. And I laugh because I'm like, why didn't we do this sooner? Just a little sit down. This is how you build a proper planner. So I just took this one out. So this was my January planner, Sweet Macaron. She sold out. She's really pretty. I want these shoes in real life. So the first thing you need is your planner. So we have 2 sizes. I don't know if you know this. We just launched, we did a travel size. So you can totally do a travel size. Again, you can do a pad of paper. You can do lined paper. You can do whatever you want. I have my Valentini planner. So this is how I build the planner. On our website, we literally created a follow the bouncing ball, like how to build your planner. Step number 1, I have this all inside mine, but this comes with a 4-month pack. So you have your 4-month system. This includes your assessment, your daily pages, your vision for time ahead. So we're going to go through that together today. And then we're going to go through your month ahead. And then tomorrow we'll go through your week ahead as well as your daily pages. So I'll literally show you how I plan my day. The truth of this is you can sketch this on a blank piece of paper. I used to sketch this on like a dot grid. This is a dot grid blank page. I used to do this every single day. I would sketch this out and I would fill out my goals. And then I just got tired of sketching it out. So I was like, why don't I just print it? And it became a product and it became our company, my husband and I's company. And it has now been growing over the past couple of years and it is my full-time job and I love it. And that's what this is. So you truthfully can draw this because I drew it for years. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to self-assess. So where are you currently in your life? We are going to go through 10 different categories of life. This is going to help you in figuring out what your focus is going to be for the next 4 months. Oh, and I want to say, we're going to be super raw, unfiltered. Angie is my favorite Angie. And I think she's yours also. Sometimes I say things like, why did I say that? But I say what I mean. Why is it 4 months? I see that question a lot. Why 4? Why isn't it a full 12? Well, number 1, above all else, would you rather achieve more in 4 months than you would in 12? I'm guessing yes. So that would be number 1. We condense what you can achieve in a full year into 4 months. So absolutely. And if anybody, by the way, raise of hands if you're on the live chat or in the comments, if you've ever, and I think there's quite a few of you, gone through the 4-month daily grind system, whether it was 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, or it's coming. I'm just going to say, I'm on day 1, I'm already spilling beans. It's going to come. It's going to come later this year. We usually launch a new one every year around the spring. So hold tight. And it just keeps improving. It's pretty much the same system, but it just improves year over year. So if you have ever used the 4-month system, would you not say that you accomplished more than you ever thought possible in 4 months? Way more than you would have all year. That's why we do it. The second reason is, who the heck wants to carry around an encyclopedia-sized planner? That's the other reason. So in this, you'll have your self-assessment. So there is your career. So if you were to take, I just grab like different highlighters. We have our own at the Daily Grind. So I am going to do pink and pink for Valentine's Day. But if you were to assess out of 10 and just go with your gut, don't overthink it. One of the biggest things I see on these lives is overthinking in the questions, in the comment section. I always see just overthinking. Go with your gut. Nobody knows the answer except for you. And if that feels like the right answer to you in this moment, then amazing. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to overthink it. If your rating for each of these is in this moment, like today, present, this minute, how do you feel about your career? Out 1 to 10, go, like for your gut. So rate that out of 10. Just present day. Are you happy with it or not? If it was like 10 would be like, I'm extremely happy and satisfied and it's amazing. And 0 or 1 would be, it is dog water. Like it is terrible. That's the term we use in our house, dog water. So although Carl's water is, our dog Carl, he drinks like, I don't know, it might as well be like water from Fiji. He's a very spoiled little baby. Okay, so how would you rate your career out of 10? How would you rate your romantic life out of 10? How would you rate your overall health and fitness out of 10? So if you don't have this, just write this down on a piece of paper. Just assess where you're at in your current status of your life. How would you rate your family life? I put 9 on mine. Yeah, 9, 8. I think as long as my family's all getting along and everybody's happy, oh my gosh, it's like, we're good. How is your friendships out of 10? 1 out of 10. How is the growth that you're experiencing? 1 out of 10. How is your home and your work environment? This one's super interesting to me because I rated a 9. A year and a half ago, it would have been like a 2 or 3, I believe, is what it was. And I can go back and look because I keep all my assessment pages. So I just put them at the front of my planner. Once I'm done with my 4 months, I keep that because it's so cool to go back and look at the things that I so badly wanted and what I worked on. And that's why you do the assessment. So my work and home environment at this point is a 9. Super happy with it. My financial situation, I put that at a 7, an 8. Happy. It's not something that like, it's not how I define myself. So it's weird. Like it's kind of like the family stuff. Like I'm good. As long as it's good, I'm good. Like I don't, it's not what makes me tick. These 2 last ones make me tick. Contribution to others, creativity and new ideas. So for me right now, the biggest ones on this is growth I'm experiencing, contribution, and creativity and new ideas. So for every single one of these numbers, I want you to fill out this wheel. So if the level is to an 8, then you fill it out to an 8 on the wheel. And what happens is when you start to look at this visually, there might be some, like let's say friendships is at a freaking 2 and it's like your wheel is all crooked. It could mean a couple things. And the traditional way of this wheel of life, and you might hear other people talk about this as the wheel of life. A lot of people talk about it. The way that it is most commonly described, and I actually thoroughly disagree with the way that it is most commonly described, is if your wheel could not drive and it's not equal, the way that other people say is that you're basically failing at life. Wrong-o. You're good, okay? What I believe that it means is that you value those things. So you might be a little bit harder on yourself in those areas. They might be of higher value or higher worth to you. So for me, growth I know could be better because I so value that. And I know that my growth equals happiness. If you're ever in a period of time of your life where you're feeling sad or low or down or anxious or angry, assess, pause, even if you want to do this right now. If you are feeling sad, anxious, angry, frustrated at the past month, and you're like, what in the actual, I didn't do anything in January, I didn't do any of the goals that I sought after, so on and so forth, and you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed or anxious, I would love for you to measure in that moment, how much growth have you experienced in the past 30 days? And if you're like, either A, none, or B, I don't freaking know because I don't measure it, that's the issue. You don't know what you're focusing on and you're not measuring it. So you don't suck. There's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't measured it. And if you haven't seen any progress, then how the heck are you supposed to be happy? Growth equals happiness. Happiness equals growth, always. So just reel it in. If that's what you're feeling, I always ask myself 2 things. If I'm feeling off, I pause and I'm like, what day of the month is it? Chill, because you're not crazy, Angie. The ladies understand. The second question is always, what growth have I seen in the past 30 days and have I measured it? And am I measuring it? So let's measure it and let's see what we can make happen for you. So once you've filled out your wheel of life and you've kind of figured out the areas that maybe you just value more or that you wish were just a bit higher, let's get there. And you know what's interesting? The wheel will never be perfect. That's the other flip side of why I don't agree that the wheel will ever be perfectly symmetrical, because one of these things is going to have to give for the other one to grow. It will never be perfectly perfect. And frankly, I would rather just one go a bit lower. Like let's say my parents are in the middle of the tropics right now. So let's say I don't see them until spring. So I'm going to miss my parents a lot. We'll FaceTime, but I won't see them in person. But something like my health grew, like I made more time. I'm okay with that balance of going back and forth, right? Does that make sense? So not everything has to go down and be equal. So what if they're all at a 3 and then your car drive, right? It's cool if some are better than others or bigger than others in that phase or season of your life. My point in this is you're doing great, okay? Let's measure, let's assess where you're at, and let's get you some freaking progress, okay? I love you. I just had to say that because I feel like we're so freaking hard on ourselves, especially at the beginning of the year, and we're like, I've already failed. We're good. We're gonna rewind, hit the we need a reset button that we can meh, and we'll make it happen. Cool? Okay, so a couple of questions. Where am I today? So how happy are you with your current life and goals today? I feel like I'm happy overall. I feel like I want more creativity, more passion, more growth. Like that matters to me in this season of life. That freaking matters to me. I want to innovate. Like I'm ready. I'm like, kind of like, I feel like I'm being held back. And it's like, put a quarter in her and let her go. That's how I feel. So how do you feel right now? And the reason why this is such a small little space, it's just supposed to be a couple of keywords. Like, how are you feeling? How happy are you with your current life and goals today? What do you do well? Seriously, take a second, take a beat. What do you do well? Do you paint well? Do you garden well? Do you communicate well? Do you read well? Are you a helpful friend? Are you a good listener? Do you lead very well? Did I already say that? Do you listen well? Do you repeat words a lot? Are you like a squirrel like Angie? But I think that we're so quick to see, even I just did, like I make fun of myself all the time, but we're so quick to focus on all the things that are wrong with us instead of focusing on maybe 3 things that we're good at. So I'm very good at creativity. I'm very good at design. I'm very good at decorating. I'm very good at even filming and leading and learning and sucking up information and being able to help other people with that. I love that. I love trying to be my most inspiring self. So those are a couple things that I'm good at, but truthfully, I just love creativity. I love painting. I love drawing. I love learning. So what are some things that you can do well? Because that's going to be your superpower over the next 4 months. That's what I want you to focus on, not all the other stuff. And on that note, where do you waste time? Real talk. Phone, I'm guessing. I think we all need a digital detox. 100%. I'm not spilling beans. Stop it. Don't look at me like that. I know stop it. I'm blinking twice. Okay. We all need a digital detox. We need to not be on our phones so much. And I hope that this can serve as a moment for us to just sit, be present, not be scrolling, not feel anxious, and just have a moment of thoughtfulness and thinking about our goals together. So what are some things of where you waste time? TV, chatting on the phone, scrolling on your phone, being on social media, all of that stuff. Where do you waste time the most? Worrying can be another one. Just where do you waste time? Be arguing with people? I don't freaking know. If you're arguing with other people on the internet, how about we cut that out over the next 4 months? So you can see here that there's what you're going to double down on, so your superpowers, and then what you're going to let go of. So cut that out for the next 4 months as much as you possibly can. What would make you the happiest? The thing that always makes me the happiest is when I'm creative, when I have me time. Like this is me time right now where I can set up my goals, doodle a little bit, and just get excited about my future and just a feeling of calmness. I think that is what would make me happiest. So give yourself some thoughts on this, some time to think on it. Maybe write in the comments or in the live chat what would make you the happiest. And then on that note, so now that you've kind of asked yourself those 4 questions of where are you today, what can you do well, where do you waste time, and what makes you the happiest or what would make you the happiest, you've also assessed your top 10 categories of life. What would be your top priorities? If you were to look ahead at the next 4 months, what should you be focused on? I feel like for me, it just became incredibly clear. I want to focus on creating. I want to focus on me time. I want to focus on painting. I want to focus on drawing. I want to focus on development. I want to focus on enjoyment. And I just wrote those words out so that will be one of the first things that I see in my planner. So I'll see this, and I'm also going to see my vision book, which I'll help you with. So those are a couple things that I think can really help. And then the page on the back is really more so to come back to at the end of 4 months. So definitely look at it because it's cool. So that first column where it says your 1 month goals, we'll fill that out as soon as we're done with our 1 month goals. But you'll have your productivity scorecard. You'll have what your biggest goal is. Did you see it? It'll make no sense to you actually if you see it, but it would give away a lot. Anyways, what's your biggest goal for the next 4 months? So I wrote mine out. How can I make sure that this happens? I wrote to create daily, to wake up extra early, to paint weekly, to follow a digital detox. How will you celebrate? I'll tell you what I wrote because it's ridiculous. I always write something that I wouldn't necessarily do for myself. I wrote pop a bottle of champagne and have some caviar. I keep seeing these cute videos of people having caviar on potato chips, and I want to do it. Like, just like a reasonable jar of caviar, not these crazy ones, like just normal. But I think that'd be so cute and so fancy, and just like a little cheers to like, you did it, girl. So what is your moment? How will you celebrate? And do not leave that blank. That's your carrot. You know, like how they put a carrot in front of a horse to like keep walking? That's your carrot. Like, you need a carrot to get excited about. So make it something big and exciting. Cool. So then you have your 4 months. So we're going to fill all this out. But first, if you have a month in review page, definitely do that. Just if this is your first time going through the system, it won't include that at the beginning. It's 1 month in. So there's a month in review page if you're there. Let's talk about the month ahead. All right. This is how I do it. So I will usually do highlighters, either all different colors or I'll alternate. So for this month, I'm just going to alternate pink and pink. So you can use a blank page for this. I'm going to use my February. There's a Valentine's Day insert that we have with Movie List. And it has a calendar. And it also has this page. So this is literally what I usually do anyways. So I'm going to use this. And the back has this really cute, it just says February with a little heart balloon. This is what I do on a blank page. So the only difference is this one says February. Again, you can legit just use a lined paper if you want. So on this page, what I do, I usually start blank. Let's color in this balloon because she looks sad. Much better. You're adorable. Okay. Health, I usually start with right, top, middle. So I'll write health. And then I just go. So then I have physical. What does that mean? I don't know. I'd like to walk more. 5K plus steps, at least. Homebodies will understand. Physical. Spin. Use my bike. What's the program that I'm doing? I think it's just called a New Year's program. New Year's workout. It's like with bands and lighter weights. I love it. Do more yoga and more Pilates. Work on one of my goals for the year is to be able to do the splits. So at the end of every workout, I just stretch for a long time and I meditate. So then that would go into. So this is how my brain works when I do this. Then I go, okay, well, I just talked about meditate. So then on health, I'll be like, well, mental. I just did physical and then mental on the other side. And then I'll write meditation. And then of this one, I just kind of do like a spider web, like a brain map. Do you want to see over my shoulder? Is that helpful? You can legit see. I'll just not write down the stuff that you can't see. So stretch, splits, and then mental cozy time, which would mean like gaming and stuff like that, which I might like loop back around this way. Okay, so this is like health stuff. And then this is going to be important. Nutrition. Our kitchen's getting redone right now, so that'll be fun to be able to cook in that and have healthy meals. I feel like that'll be a big one. Once we leave here, I am going back to mocktails and detox. Oh, that takes me to, see, this is how my brain works when I'm doing this. I'm going to follow so Andre and I are doing this dopamine detox. He created it. I have zero. He initiated it and created it. So basically no phone, no sweets, no booze. It's cool. It's really awesome. Detox, nutrition, okay. So that's good. So this is like health, and then let's say work. This is where you can't see these things. All right, so definitely YouTube is a big part of my life. We veered off to TikTok for 5.5 seconds. I still do love it though. I feel like the community over there is also very positive. Well, for the most part, if you know how to use it. So YouTube, I definitely want to do some more V-Day videos. I say shorts, but no one cares about shorts on YouTube. It's just the honest truth. TikTok, and then launches. This is where like I can't, this would have a bunch of arrows on it, but I can't show you. I can't tell you. But it will take me to this. So basically what I do is I just keep going and I'll try and fill this. I usually fill the whole page. And the punchline is basically you take your highlighter and you pick 10 and you make it measurable. So let's say I really like the cozy time idea and the meditation idea. And what I try and do is I pick 5 health related and 5 work related, because what I think the majority of us do is we grab 10 like, let me hustle all month long and you do nothing for yourself. I think there needs to be a balance. All right, so do you feel like you have a good amount of goals on this blank piece of paper? If you do, then start going through and highlighting, like, what is it that you really want to focus on? And if you highlight more than 10, then just narrow it back down to 10. But make sure that it's measurable. So for me, meditation, I would probably measure that of, 6 times a week daily if you're intense, but I just want to give myself some grace too. So if I can say, like, meditate 5 minutes daily, that's measurable and I can track that. And then at the end of the month, let's say I miss like 1 or 2 days, you still hit the goal, like you did it. So that's really how I would do it. New Year's workout program, to finish that workout program. So that is a 6-week program. So I would do 4 of 6 weeks starting on Monday. I would start that and crush it. So that's on the app that I follow, the workouts that I do. The other thing I want to do is read my growth. So I have the Know Your Worth book that I'm following, and then I have like a growth book to help me grow. So that I would like to finish. So once you've highlighted all of these, they go here. You're going to write them out here, and you'll see tomorrow you will rewrite these out every single day. These will be on your planner, on your daily pages. And then from this list, you will have a to-do list so that every single day, when the day starts to come to a close, you know what you moved forward on. And it's so much less overwhelming and so much more rewarding. And there's so much more progress. So hopefully that can set you up for the month. Hopefully you feel good about that. Hopefully you loved your assessment. Keep all of your pages in your planner. Tomorrow we're going to set up your week and we'll do a daily page together, and then we're just going to jump right into everything on Monday. That'll be the official day one, but that will be like I said, your reset button. So hopefully today was helpful. Drop every single comment that you have in the comments below. The live chat, by the way, does go away. So if you have beans to spill or things to say it on the live chat, but just know that it goes away. So that can either be a good thing or a bad thing, because I might not see your comment once we're off. So type in the live chat a little bit, type in the comments below, but definitely let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this and your biggest questions for tomorrow, because I will grab that and I will apply it to all of the future videos. So it's about to get really, really real. Not every single day is going to be this long, obviously, but I wanted to set us up on the right foot. So hopefully you're excited about what's to come. 14 days. Be here on day 14. You're going to be so freaking proud of yourself. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, dudes.